to open it up right off the bat with questions. Second row right there, Ari.
Hey Ryan, when obviously, of course, congratulations on the win. But
Thanks,
I
man.
was just wondering, in that 2 minute span in the third quarter when Justin was down, and it seemed like it could be a serious situation, as the head coach of this football team has got so much ahead, and you guys were, pretty comfortable in that game. So maybe you thought a little bit about the future. What was that like for you and this team to see one of your leaders in that situation, and then next, once he emerges back and makes that throw, what did that say about Justin as a player?
Well, I thought it was a magical moment. I thought that I thought it was a Heisman moment. For him to go down, take that injury, he gets puts the brace on, comes back out, and then makes a throw that we didn't design that way. There were some plays that we designed that played out just the way we thought they would today. That was not one of them. And for him to ad lib, make a play, and then make that throw going to his left, that's about as good as a throw I've seen in a long time. He put it right in the back of the end zone, and that just goes to show you what's inside of him. His heart, his character, and his competitive toughness is as good as I've ever been around. And can't say enough about the way he played today.
Probably during the week you might have been shy going into this your first going around talking about like the pressure you might have been feeling. What was this week like building up truthfully like for you in terms of the pressure, and now that you're on this other end of it, how do you like look back and appreciate that?
I can say this, that ever since I took the job, it's been on my mind. I know what this game means to the people of Ohio, the Buckeye Nation, and coming off the heels of one of the greatest coaches in the history of college football, went 7-0 here. Those are big shoes to fill. And I tried not to worry about that. Our staff tried not to worry about that. All you worry about is just right now. And anytime I started to, start thinking about what if, I just got right back into my work and just focus on trying to put a good game plan together. Talk to the team about toughness and practice, and just really stay focused on the task at hand. And I cannot say enough about what this coaching staff has done. The leaders, the way that some of these guys play, the way J.K. Dobbins ran today, the way Jeff Okudah was gritty today, the way our defensive staff put together unbelievable adjustments at halftime. This was everybody. And in games like this, it comes down to players. And our big-time players played well.
Guys, I'm going to try to just keep it to one question, just because we have a lot of questioners here. Third row right over there, Bill.
Yeah, about JK's performance, career high yards. How much did you have to ride him in the offensive line? How crucial was that? Is there any? He's run hard all year. Do you have anything different today?
Yeah, he had a little different look in his eye today. He did. I know he was sick to his stomach about the fumble last week, and he wore that on his sleeve all week and practiced well. But he just had a look in his eye today that he was not going to be denied. It was the same look as our offensive line, too. Tight ends, receivers. I mean, they all kind of had that look today. But J.K. ran hard.
Fourth row right, Chuck.
There's a lot of seasons or some seasons where nobody in the country goes 12-0. How hard do you think it is to go 12-0, and maybe what are some of the things that make it hard to go this season?
Yeah, it's a great question. I just think, when you're dealing with 18, 19, 20-year-old young men, there's a lot of things that get in the way. I think you have to be able to sustain physically, emotionally, and mentally throughout that time, and that's not easy to do. And coming off of last week's game, nobody's going to really talk about all that much, but that was an emotional win. That was a tough win. I mean, Penn State's a top 10 win, and then we had to turn around and come back and play in this game, which is the hardest played game we play every year. And so the way that we, Coach Mick and the coaching staff got our guys ready to go physically and mentally and emotionally for this game, it's a credit to everybody involved. But it's hard. I mean, you kidding me? It's hard to go 12-0, and I'm really proud of everybody.
Second row middle, Kyle.
Where's this moment? This game right for you personally?
It's hard to say right now because there was a couple drives in there where I asked Kevin Wilson, what just happened on that drive, because it was such a blur. This is all a blur right now. I mean, to say that there's not stress coming into a game like this, would be a lie. I mean, there's so much riding on a game like this, and you understand and you feel the weight of everybody involved with it. And to win like this right now, it's a relief. It is. And I'm just so happy for these guys, the guys on the team who have put so much into it. There's great chemistry, there's great leadership, there's great maturity, and to see them celebrating in the locker room like that after that means the world to us as a coaching staff.
Right next to Kyle.
So, looking at your season and the schedule for this year, you probably knew it was going to be a little bit backloaded in terms of the difficulty of your last two games against Penn State and Michigan. So, how do you think that sets up this team for Big Ten championship game and potentially postseason berth beyond that?
Yeah, what we've done, and that goes back to the question about being undefeated, is that I think we've done a good job of staying 1 week at a time and staying one day at a time, because when you start to think too far ahead, you get yourself jammed up. And so what we're going to do right now is, I mean, I'm not even sure when the game is today or who we're playing next week. I don't, because the focus has been so much on this game and just making sure that we were prepared to go. And then we're going to get on that bus and try to figure out what's next. And that's the way we're going to do it. And that's the way we've done it all year.
Right next door, Larry.
When you look at what Patterson was able to do in the passing game early, what was the difference later when you wasn't able to get things going?
Yeah, they do a great job, and they got some really good receivers. Patterson's really talented, and their offensive line did a good job protecting, I thought. Had a good plan. But I thought at halftime our defensive staff made some really good adjustments. I think, he might have, was he 4 of 22 in the second half or something? We held him to that, which, I mean, that's a really good passing offense and some of the best receivers in the country. So hats off to our defensive staff. But the guys on defense played. I mean, Jeff Okudah played. Amir Reep stepped up in a big spot. Marcus Hooker was out there. Seven Banks was playing. Cam. All those guys were involved with it, and those guys did a great job.
Over here is way to the left. Doug?
Ryan, I know your focus is on the team and on the staff, but for you personally, what is the difference in coaching in and winning this game as a head coach as opposed to an offensive coordinator the previous 2 years?
I don't know yet, Doug, because it hasn't sunk in yet. It's been such a just locked in focus on winning this game and preparing and preparing and preparing. I think maybe later today or tomorrow morning I'll have a better feel for it. But just overcome with emotion right now. There's just so much that goes into this game. We live it year round, and for our guys to play the way that they did, it means everything. To our program, to my family, Nina and the kids. I mean, you have no idea, and so it just feels good.
Chris Olave just popped his head in here. I just had a question. Right before halftime, they have the offsides on the punt. So you get fresh life there at midfield. In the first play, you're going deep on that. Just what was going through your mind there, that whole execution and everything that occurred on that?
Well, I think that their defensive staff does an excellent job, but you have to be aggressive against them. You have to set the tone, and what's the other way around? Then you're battling uphill. And they have really good players. I mean, really good players, and a really good scheme. But you just have to stay aggressive, and you got to keep your foot on the pedal. I thought there was one drive in there where we're up 3 scores, and I ran it twice, and I got a little conservative. I said, no, that's it. And that was the only drive really where I felt like we were conservative on offense. Other than that, I thought we were really aggressive, which I think is the way you have to do it. But the only way that works is if the kids make plays. I mean, it sounds good until you're not making plays, but these guys made plays.
Let's go. We'll go about 3 or 4 more questions for Coach, and then I'm going to open it up for Jonah Jackson and Chris Olave over here to the left. Austin?
Ryan, who is your best Heisman Trophy candidate?
Well, I'll say this. All 3 of them played great today. And I will say that all 3 of them deserve to be in New York, and I'll let everybody make the decision on who they think. But, Justin Fields, the way he played today was unbelievable. The way that J.K. ran and how talented and dominant Chase Young is. So all 3 of them deserve a trip to New York, in my opinion.
Right behind him. Bill?
Ryan, we talked a lot about, or you talked a lot about how talented and well coached this Michigan defense is every year. Your offense put 111 points on them back-to-back years, over 1,000 yards. You did it in very different ways each year. How much pride do you take in that? And I know you're the head coach now, not the OC, but it's still your offense. And how much does it matter to put in the work and get these better results in the defense?
Well, they're a very talented defense, and a lot of people have a hard time moving the ball. But at the end of the day, a game like this comes down to players, not plays. And these guys, they willed themselves to make plays. I mean, these 2 guys right here, are you kidding me? This guy right here has an opportunity to come in here in his 5th year and get into a game like this and get his first pair of gold pants. Guy played his tail off. And then you talk about one of the best downfield threats in the entire country and some of the plays he made down the field. So, I mean, yeah, plays were good, and we did a good job preparing. But at the end of the day, you want to give them a clean plan, but they have to make the plays. And these are 2 guys that made huge plays in the game. And, and then it's the same thing with Justin and J.K. and Austin Mack. I mean, Austin Mack on that play was awesome. You knew he was not going to get denied. I mean, he had that look in his eye like he was going to score. J.K. had that look. Just proud of the way that those guys willed themselves to be successful.
Back row right. Rob?
Ryan, Justin goes down, he goes into the tent, he reemerges, first play, touchdown. What does that do for your team, your guys? How does that flip the switch? And conversely, maybe on the other side, that would be the other.
We went into the game, and we said this from the beginning. The tougher team was going to win. It's all about toughness. And as a quarterback, sometimes tough. What does that mean? It's typically for the O line or what? Tough and being fit. You talk about tough. wow. I mean, I've never been around a tougher quarterback than this guy. He's competitively tough. He's physically tough. And to come in and make that play like that kind of throw, that was one of the best throws I've seen in a long time. In that spot, after taking that hit, after just putting a brace on, I don't even know what to say. It was a magical moment, and I'm just proud to have been a part of it.
Second row right. Teddy, this will be the last question for Coach, folks.
Ryan, I was also going to ask about Justin. Did you think he was maybe done for the day when it happened? And at that point, were you more watching the field, or getting updates, or what else was going on?
Yeah, we're just moving on, and we had confidence that Chris was going to go out there, and if we had our shots, he was going to take our shots with it, and we were going to go, and maybe have to lean on the O line a little bit, but we, Chug's got a lot of football played this year, and he did get a completion, I think, right? Didn't he? He was 1 of 2. The second one, wait till you see that one on film. But I said to him, all I did was spend about 10 hours on that one play, and you missed the guy running down the middle of the field, and I was going to attack him on the field. But that being said, we feel good that Chris can move us. But wasn't sure if Justin was going to make it back. He found a way to come back, and that's again just goes to show his toughness. And then the guys rallied around him.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
We're going to